Hypoxia is a key, man. It changes everything.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to a new episode of Human Brain Expo. And today we're speaking with Dr. Starodubtsev. We are covering extremely important aspect of human life training and influence on our wellness of certain exercises. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you for the invitation. Yeah.
The first question of mine is, I know that you had a very strong and sophisticated path from normal human being to the world elite sportsman, champion. What was the main key? What helped you to dramatically get to the absolutely new level in your performance?
Okay. And in the beginning of my sport career, I tried to find the best way to improve my sports results, because I've been in first year in medical school at almost 18 years old and choose track and field middle distance, like 800 meters. And of course, this is combination speed, endurance, and anaerobic abilities. And I found a way, like, because I'm from Siberia and not able to travel outside to train, for example, for high altitude training camp with my team, because very hard study in medical school, I try to find a way to bring the mountains inside me and to use hypoxia. And resistant to hypoxia, it helps for me to develop inside my body physiologically to resistant to hypoxia. I hold my breath around like 4 minutes, inhale and exhale around like 2 minutes. It helps me manage my training program, and definitely to use additional. I use managed functional diagnostic program as well, came from space technology, like heart rate and heart rate variability.
Uh, Many of us have perception of hypoxia as something negative for us. Can you please give us insights? What types of hypoxia exist, and what we're talking about now? Because it feels like it's something can hurt us, you know?
Yes, if like we check like in medicine, we have like hypoxia usually like many diseases. If you check your saturation oxygen, like usually normal, we have like 95, 98 saturation like oxygens. But if you like 93, 91, and 90 saturation oxygen dropped, it means like you have something problem with your health and need immediately to get some specific therapy to help. But in sports area, if you train resistant to hypoxia, we have like two different type of hypoxia. It will be, if you from disease, we have anaerobically hypoxia, and from sports side, like my side, for example, if I train to resistant to hypoxia, like 4 minutes, for example, I able to decrease my saturation oxygen until like 50. And this area, it means like it helps me to make huge reserve in our body, but aerobically, if I check my activity during my activities, if you check lactate, even for example, like I'm running like 1 hour, and
Mhm.
I can switch my breathing, like to switch my saturation oxygen until like 60, 70, but still I'm working aerobically. It means my lactate level, it will be like maybe 1.7 and 3.8 millimole in a liter. It means below threshold level when like 4 millimole in a liter by lactate if we check like blood test. And at the same time I'm working aerobically. It means like I'm able to do more volume and intensity workouts to use the hypoxia, recover fast, and next day I'm already again like to do more higher level. It helps me to move more in my training program more faster than my, for example, same athletes who not to use. I had lots of benefits from that.
What your recommendations are? What is the best way to train? How to incorporate training in your everyday activities? What is the best way to do it?
The best way, like you can use your holy breath in just like in definitely not like after meal, as before like morning time before breakfast, and plus good to use exercise for holy breath before your bedtime. It will be helps for recovery as well, and helps because during this is like for many people like different approaches, but usually I give like simple recommendations, simple advice, just like maybe 4 5 deep breaths, like in out in out in out, and hold your breath until like you're able to do this like discomfort. For some people it takes like 40 seconds, for some people takes like 1 minute, for some people takes 130. And sometimes check yourself, like more a little bit push yourself, and every time it will be helps to build more physiologically your capillary system, and plus pH body and pH even blood or whole body as well will be like move from acidic side to more alkaline side. It helps as well. And in general, you will be feel how you feel comfortable. At the same time, you will be just like train. Very important. It like to use almost regular and spend maybe 5, 10, 20 minutes per day only, but it huge helps for everything. Doesn't matter if you even athletes or if you 50 years old, 60 years old, 70 years old. And many clients like who use from my side, which I'm working with them, they had lots of benefit. Even people like 89 years old, starting from 15 to 10 seconds, hold your breath in and out. But right now, like even 3 minutes, hold your breath and more. This is like ancient mechanism inside us, just like only do it.
Um, w- how many minutes normally you're supposed to hold? Like, what is the best? Or, like, what is your recommendation in terms of how many minutes?
Yes, if we again right now, like we change more like for like 10 years ago change for longevity side, like for health span, most of like health span lifespan, but most of like health span. And if you check our body, like our human, like 8 billions in yours, like right now, like live like an inbox. If you check everybody who not able to use specific hypoxic exercise for itself, they are not able to hold the breath around like maybe some like 1 minute 40 seconds, and maximum maybe 2 minutes. But it's very difficult for any persons like who never involved for hypoxic exercise. But it means even you hold your breath, even like push yourself if you never did before, your capillary system and cardiac system not ready to deliver specific oxygen anyway. And your saturation oxygen, it will be still, even 2 minutes, you hold your breath, it will be 95, 98. It will be not drop, maybe 94, 98. It's this will be small gap you have like reserve. But when you train your hypoxic exercise, you'll be help yourself to decrease your anaerobically saturation oxygen, like I did in my sports, for example. It helps huge. And at the same time, it's if you pass like 2 minutes 15 to 30, it's starting to decrease your aerobically your saturation oxygen even 89, 85, 80. If like more than 3 minutes, it will be we come back for unchained mechanism our embryo develop it in same hypoxic environment what during 9 months develop it in the mother's womb.
Um, it's absolutely fascinating. What are the main consequences? What are results in terms of how hypoxia influence on overall health, wellness? Who needs to do it? Like, what is your recommendation? Like, who needs to do it, and what are consequences?
Now, this is different right now. Like we have like life expectancy, like maximum for human everybody. Like right now, like live maximum like 120 years old, and but in general we have like a range between 60 to 90. This is like range pretty much like, and still like our health has many later stage our life some like problem with health. It's like diabetes and cancer, cardiac disease, and brain disorders, Alzheimer's, dementia, like Parkinson's. This is like late our life. This is problem. But if you'll use simple way to resistant to hypoxia, we can completely avoid this health problem, and plus we can move to another level functional like usually call like superhuman health, we call like these directions. And it will be new level your abilities and starting to use your super abilities, looks like super abilities, but it's include and print in our DNA what we had before. This like unchained mechanism helps open door to explore itself and to live not like 120. I believe like very strong, like it will be 125 and pass and more. Even like biological tests we use like for gene tests genetically, and it's people who use hypoxia, they have lots of benefits. If you check even blood tests and so like even simple tests, it will be helps huge to manage itself where you are been before and after.
Absolutely fascinating. Thank you so much for your time. It was absolutely interesting. I'm sure a lot of people will find it helpful. Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you.